Perkins puts it up, but no one's there to back her up.
And a little miscommunication there costs him again.
And it happens. In this sport here, communication is big because it's like baseball. When a ball is hit into the field, we got to know who's going to get it. Because everyone thinks they're going to get it, or thinks the other person's going to get it, then no one's going to get it.
Absolutely, and baseball has the benefit of it's open air, it's out in the field. It's pretty loud in here. I know we touched on it earlier, but it's a pretty distracting environment. And for Bayshore, it seems to be a pretty hostile environment.
Definitely so. It's a lot of energy in the building. I see a lot of cowboy hats. I see a lot of Seminoles fans here. I see a lot of parents. So that home court advantage is definitely kicking in as Bayshore serves that one over. Very nice. What a hit. Wow.
And again, that was just a beautiful little set there. It seems like Holmbeck is nothing but just a little set machine and just keeps popping up these beautiful ones.
A beautiful set for an amazing slam from number 5, Petra Manera. Another substitution for the Bruins here as they swap in number 6, Libertad Rafael Veli.
And, it should be no surprise to see that athleticism from Petra, coming from a family of athletes, and her father, an Olympic gold medalist.
Really?
Yes, in men's doubles for tennis. Fantastic athlete and kind person.
We got Olympic gold on the court at the moment. A first in MSTV history.
We keep on moving up.
We keep moving up each year. One step at a time. And set point here for the Seminoles as they look to close this one out with a sizable lead. Undeniable dominance so far in this first match. Spearheaded by their libero, Jocelyn Diaz, and again, another ace. And the Seminoles are going to take this first set handedly. And so, Will, let me ask you, what are you seeing right now that's contributing to the Seminole dominance?
I mean, I think you touched on it earlier, but it's all serve, serve, serve. All right, these serves are coming. They're fast, and they've just been accurate so far. I mean, it's been they've been executing on almost everyone.
Exactly. I have to agree with you there. The amazing serving from just everyone on the team. Not only, Jocelyn Diaz, but Kemper coming in, Griggs coming in, and like you said, Holmbeck with amazing sets, allowing for our hitters to get nice, clean looks, and they rise up and they drop the hammer on that ball every single time. What do you think the Bruins need to do right now to get back into this game?
I think, we talked about it earlier again, right? It's communication. It's, letting your team know where you're at, who's going to get that ball. And it's taking a breath. It's calming down. It's taking this time. You see him sitting down and just relaxing, recharging, coming out. It's a whole new game. It's a whole new experience.
Exactly. And again, the Bruins here, a little bit short-staffed in comparison to the Southeast Seminoles. Not as many girls on the roster. I believe there's 9 Bruins girls, and to the 14 Southeast players. So trying to keep these players fresh is definitely going to be a battle for them, and it's something that we will see how it takes a toll on the team coming up on these next matches. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to a quick break here as we'll be back. Don't go anywhere else. Southeast Seminoles versus the Bayshore Bruins on MSTV.
Starting off for the Lady Noles is going to be number 11, Layla Holmbeck. Make some noise, Noles fans.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the MSTV Game of the Week presentation. The Seminoles versus Bayshore. The Seminoles taking the first set and looking to take the second and make a clean way to victory. As I'm talking to a couple parents, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, if you're here to share the live with maybe other family members who want to watch this and watch their children. They could be at work, you could be asleep, you can be wherever, you can be in India. Don't worry, YouTube still works there, and you can catch this amazing broadcast.
And I got to say, when we're talking about this broadcast, got to take the time to thank all the kids who come out and who make this possible, and the fantastic camera work we're seeing. That shot there from our very own Daniel Martinez running our handheld cam.
And another ace. And again, yes, we want to thank everyone here. The people you guys don't see are here. We like to thank the camera crew. We like to thank the SCTV team. We like to thank Carl, the manager of the whole MSTV gang right now. And we just like to thank everyone who's able to put this together so we can have children get beautiful skills. Another amazing ace as kids can kind of learn in almost a professional setting.
Absolutely. I mean, there's really nothing like it that I've seen in my 4 years now of high school. It's truly a unique experience. And I gotta say, for those of you who haven't had the pleasure of meeting him, Carl is a great guy.
We love Carl.
Everybody loves Carl.
And again, the Seminoles unrelenting here as they've had 4 back-to-back aces coming from the hands of Holmbeck. Layla, who again was looking to get another, but was dug out of the ground by the Bruins as they put it over. Tipped in the air, and it looks like a little bit of fumbling of the ball there as the Seminoles try to get fancy and now relinquish control onto the Bruins.
That was another little timing disruptor try right there. You know, Southeast has been pretty relentless with those.
Definitely so. As behind the line, we have number 3 Flores again making an appearance. She's going to put it up, and she gets it over. What a sheer angle there. It's dug out by the Seminoles and put up for the hitter on the other side. Oh, diving to the ground. Perkins was able to get a piece of it, but the Bruins were unable to convert. It was a tough one.
And that was a beautiful little touch over by Annabelle Kemper.
Briggs back to serve, hits it over. The Bruins are looking. And they tried. Got a few touches on the ball, however, not able to convert.
And I gotta say, you know, you can hear Bayshore trying to make some noise and just, you know, keep that team energized, right? We feed off each other. If you look for the person to your left and look for the person to their right and they're having a good time, then, you know, God willing, you'll have one too.
And Briggs again behind the line. A dominant performance here from all the hitting. Again, as you can see, the Bruins really unable to serve anything back to them as they take a timeout again to think things over.
And I gotta say, it's a pretty tall wall on the southeast side trying to block the view of the serve there. It's gotta be hard to deal with. How do you think you handle that?
Well, at the moment, the Bruins, it's not even about handling the wall. It's about just being able to get the ball back over. It's hard right now. The Seminoles, they're hitting the ball they're hitting it very hard. They're hitting it at very sheer angles. And so it's hard to serve a ball back like that, especially, again, this team is short-staffed. So they only have so many girls in rotation. So you got to think you're back-to-back, play after play, play after play. You got this Florida State Noles theme song booming in your ears.
And I gotta say, Southeast for the uninitiated is a bit of a paradox, all right? People are thrown off by the UF Colors FSU logo.
Definitely so. As we come back into the game here, Griggs looking to continue her streak. Puts it up high, a little flare on that one. And again, another ace. All these points by aces.
And this has just been fantastic serving here from really every member of the Southeast volleyball team.
But as you can see, the coach for the Bruins giving his girls some instruction, keeping their head in the game here as they're ready. And the Seminoles having a little too much fun here. And again,
they just keep this pressure up. It is truly it's truly impressive.
it's extremely hard right now for the Bruins to get anything going as they're unable to return any of these serves at the moment.
But like we said, this is a game of momentum. Who knows? The tides switch and Bayshore picks up momentum. They can very easily take a set.
And Griggs hits that one out of bounds, hopefully sparking the flame that the Bruins need as they get the control of the ball. Perkins steps behind the line, looking to give this team some life. Warming the ball up there. Puts it on the ground, and she puts it up and over. It sails over. It's dug out of the ground by Griggs. Put up in the air. What a great set from, again, Holmbeck. And right there to finish it off, number 2, Thomas.
And I gotta say, I'm getting shades of Rafael Nadal from that warm up there. There's a lot of steps.
You're sure right about that. Diaz behind the line, puts it up and over. Again, great attempt by Lavania to dig out of the ground there, but it was hit so hard and at such a great angle. I don't think Bob the Builder could have dug that one out.
Nah, you're gonna need an excavator for that one.
Diaz back up and over, hits it. Great hit. The Bruins able to stick with it.
And again, with these serves coming at them so fast, they're just not able to get the time they need to set up these plays. You know, Southeast, with their returns, has been able to set up these nice sets, but, you know, Bayshore has just been trying to get it back over, and it's cost them.
You're 100% right. As Southeast, for a change, switches in number 7, Belinda. Bernice Centena. And again, the serving woes for the Bruins as the Seminoles have been able to rattle off essentially 14 points, 13 points straight just from serving. The Bruins swapping in number 5, Sunny Toth, giving her some shine.
And I think it's time for something like that, right? Another little change. Try and see what can help.
And fumble there by Diaz, so the Bruins are going to get a point and control the ball. Let's see what they can do as they have number 1, Nelly Martinez, dropping behind the line here. She puts it up and over. Good dig there, but miscommunication lets the ball fall there as nobody knew what was going on the Seminole side. And again, Nelly Martinez puts it up and hits it off the pole. So that's going to be turned over control to Southeast.
And again, there's a term in tennis called a serve bot, right? It's a guy that gets up there, hits a fantastic serve, and can just do it again and again and again. And I got to say, so far, the Noles have been playing like serve bots.
Yes, they've been very good on their serves, and that's what's been the defining factor, as the Bruins have not been able to have any answers for their serving game at the moment. Southeast again, ace after ace after ace.
Straight A's. I expect nothing less.
But the Bruins keep battling back, keep coming in every single time, and there's the replay there. And that's that team spirit that we spoke about earlier. Infectious, even the crowd's getting into it. Up again. Tried to put it over, hits her teammate on the back of the leg. Kemper
but
on
you
that
see,
serve.
I mean, all over volleyball, right? You go to the huddle after the serve, and it's stuff like that. It's seeing your team and just knowing that you guys are in it together that keeps you going.
Definitely so. Toth up in the air. Dug out of the ground by Diaz. Toth digs it out herself, and that one falls just shy of the net. As we had a tiny rally there, Seminoles.
And I gotta say,
looking to make a switch here with number 10, Nazir Moore Alela. The replay, as you can see, Diaz digging that one out, and it punched in the air by Dean, just giving it a little bit of oomph it needed to get over.
And that's gonna be Nazaria serving.
Her first time serving. Put up in the air by Berlinda. Punch back over by Dean. Throws it back over. Team a little confused there.
And that's another really good spike.
What a great spike by Kemper from the back line.
And I gotta say, another difference I've been seeing between these two teams is Southeast just looks a lot more comfortable when they're not getting these ideal digs right off their hands. They can take it off their arm. They can take it off their elbow. I even saw one off a shoulder once.
Yeah, definitely so. Definitely so.
These girls are adapting.
The Bruins finally putting something together here as they get it over. Dug out by the libero. Put up in the air. Forward. Back over. A little rally accruing here. Almost a miscommunication. Dean puts it back over. And tapped
just out
by number 14, Shatonia Brown, but falls just shy of the boundary. So the Bruins here, 6-19, a ways to go, but possible. They're gonna have to play a good game.
And again, that's another advantage the Southeast has here with that big bench. They're able to sub out, you know, keep their guys fresh and keep them playing at their best. Bayshore doesn't quite have that luxury.
So right as Isabel was back there to serve, she had that one sailing over out of bounds. And the Bruins sub in number 2, Kara Bryn. And the Seminoles give it right back to them as they serve that one way out of bounds. Back there, Rafael Valade hits it just too short. And the Noles are going to get the ball back with some points.
And again, you see, you know, even when the Seminoles are making these sorts of unforced errors, they just get the ball handed back to them. And if you're Bayshore's coach, that has to be something you're really harping on right now, is just keep the ball out of their hands. Because you know what you can do, or what they can do with it in them.
Both teams making some adjustments as Layla Hines, with her first serve of the game, first time in the game, serves out of bounds, giving the ball back to the Bruins. And you're 100% right. The Seminoles have been getting a lot of breaks from the Bruins as far as getting the ball back. It's almost like they're putting in $1 and getting 50 cents. They're getting change every single time.
And that change adds up. And if they're not careful, it's going to break the piggy bank.
And the ball coming straight for one of our cameramen.
Mason with a beautiful defensive play right there, I got to say.
Mason, beautiful. Camera in one hand, volleyball in the other.
And he got the shot.
Serve from Southeast is going to be number 14, Tonya Brown.
Shatonia Brown behind the line, her first time serving. She puts it up. She drops it over. Dug out of the ground by the Bruins. They're going to put it in the air. Perkins puts it back over. Back up in the air for the big slam. Petra tried to slam it home, but was a little bit too much.
I gotta say, something that's really impressed about the Southeast team so far is just the consistency, right? It seems like every player has that 5-star serve.
And the Bruins with good eyes there, able to let that one fly by them. Puts up a good serve. That one set again for Petra, but taken by the libero. And a miscommunication by the Bruins lets an easy one fall to the ground.
And again, it's ones like that you'd expect Ella Perkins there to take that ball being behind it, but, you know, miscommunications happen.
It happens. It's part of the game. But the most important part is that as we see, the Bruins are still fighting. The libero, Diaz, takes it out. But a little bit of illegal serving going on there. And so the Bruins are going to be rewarded with control and possession of the ball. 7 behind the line, Yaneli Martinez. She puts it up. Doesn't get it over. And the Seminoles are back in control with the set point. 24-10, very comfortable for the Seminoles. They're not worried at all. They're playing everyone tonight. Everyone getting some shine. Puts it up and over. Tapped by Dean. The Bruins keeping it alive. Up in the air, they force it over. What a dig by Diaz. Up in the air. Boom. Diaz again. Digs it out, puts it up in the air. Hit over by Dean. Oh!
What a rally. What a rally, and what consistency shown by Bayshore, just getting the ball over time and time again, despite the attacks.
Yes, the Bruins doing an amazing job there of weathering the storm. Number 5, Sonny Toth behind the line. And like you said, Will, what an amazing rally right there the Bruins were able to put together. And if they can put a string of those together, they might be able to get back into this game.
Absolutely. I've said it once, I'll say it a million times again. This is a game of, it's a game where if you heat up, anything can happen.
You're correct. Number 9, Layla Hines stepping over the line. It all rhymed, so it sounded good.
He's a poet, and he didn't even know it.
We're both poets. Shakespearean, just like this story that the Bruins are putting together, this comeback story, as they've scored 2 unanswered points. With the set hanging in the balance, 13-24. Behind the line, Sonny Toth puts it over. Dug out of ground by Diaz. Hines puts it up. What a great dig by the Bruins. Back in the air, to the front line, back over. Seminoles save it. Put it up, served back over by Diaz. Up in the air again. Oh, what a great save. And they're gonna get a net violation. So the Bruins there, and getting a little break.
It's things like this where Southeast gets a little comfortable in the lead. You gotta watch out, you never know.
Up by 10, 14-24. The Bruins put it over the net. Up in the air by Brown. Up in the air, set by Diaz. Oh, dug out. Back over the net. A lot of great communication coming from the Bruins side as they're switching things up here. Putting it up and over. Up in the air on the Seminoles. Up in the air. Great dig. Hits off the roof. Oh! And that is set point, and that is the unfortunate thing about volleyball. Yes, the ball is still in play, even if it hits off the roof. Unfortunately, the Bruins there catching some heat, and you heard the crowd roar. Will, what do you have to say about that last set?
I mean, that was electric, and if you're Southeast, you hope to see more of it, but you gotta watch out. When Bayshore heats up, you never know where this game's gonna go.
Exactly, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting word that we are going to go to a quick commercial break, but don't go anywhere yet. We have so much more amazing volleyball to show you with the Game of the Week presentation brought to you by MSTV.
film on these games, they were finding holes, they were getting the runners on, and they were scoring the run. So if you stick to that plan, should be able to get some damage done.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Game of the Week presentation. The Southeast Seminoles versus the Bruins, as this crowd is electric as they're playing the Queen legendary masterpiece about rocking you. So, Will, what are you thinking about the game so far? Seminoles 2 sets, Bruins 0. What are you saying to the Bruins right now if you're the coach?
I mean, right now you got to focus on how that second set ended, right? That means the world right now, because they showed absolutely tooth and nail fight right there. All right, nothing stopped them. And once they heat up like that, who knows how this third set goes.
You're 100% correct. As you saw at the end of that set, the set 2, the Bruins were able to actually have some rallies and get something going. The communication was flowing. The serves were better. The sets were better. The digs were better. And that's why the score was what it was. Them able to kind of close it down within 10. And if the Seminoles aren't careful, they may give a set away here.
And if you're the Bayshore coach, that feels great right now, right? Because you can say a million different phrases, a million different things to your players, but who knows when one of them resonates? Who knows when one of them makes that difference?
100% correct. As we're back out here, the Bruins going to get possession. Number 3, Chelsea Flores behind the line. Not our first time seeing her. She's been back there multiple times, and she's been putting in work. As she looks to let everything get set here. The crowd is rocking. And the whistle is blown. Flores up and away. Sails that one over just above. On the Bruins side, Martinez tries to bring the hammer on it. Hits it off the net. But again, something you haven't seen, the Bruins getting aggressive.
Absolutely, and I think this game, like we said, is about momentum, right? Once you start playing aggressive, when you start thinking aggressive, those plays can manifest themselves. And something we saw just in that last set, that adjustment, they were getting more of those nice little sets, setting themselves up for slams, and really just setting themselves up for those winning plays.
You're 100% right, Will. Griggs served that one into the net, so the Bruins are going to get a second chance rebate here. Dropping back, Perkins behind the line, looking to start a rally here. Boom, hits it over right into the net. And so the Seminoles are going to get another piece of it. Stepping back, the player of last year, Jocelyn Diaz.
And we've just been seeing such consistent serves from her. That's what's really impressive.
What a good hit right there. And what a great dig by Perkins. No one on the front lines to get it. But again, you're seeing a change here. The Bruins actually being able to hit back a serve, which is extremely important in the game of volleyball. Diaz back up and over, but hits the net. And so right now, they're just trading point for point, ban for ban.
Absolutely, and I mean, if you're the Bruins, this is an improvement, right? You're looking for these incremental improvements. You get to this game where both teams are fighting, and that's where you want to be, right? You want to be in the grit. You want to get aggressive, and you want to get into this game.
Exactly. What a great serve there by number 1, Aniele Martinez. That'll be her first ace of the night, and the first ace, I believe, for the Bruins.
Picking up a play out of Southeast book, and let's see if they can keep these high-quality serves going.
3-3 right now, tied up as Martinez steps back, puts it up in the air, and it goes over.
And
a miscommunication from the Seminoles as they let that one fly by. Another ace, back-to-back.
Was Queen all the key? Is that what they needed the whole time? A little bit of We Will Rock You, and they seem to be back.
They needed a theme song.
Everybody needs a theme song.
Good set by Diaz, puts it up in the air. tried to get a huge piece of it. Alrighty, back to the action here as the Bruins are chasing the ball like a runaway train car.
And that's going to tie it up again. Again, keeping this set close and keeping in the game.
Seminoles back up in the air, served by Kemper. It's put up. It's slapped back across. Seminoles take it uncontested. Oh! Dean gets a good set, but misses the ball.
And something every single volleyball coach in the world will tell you is you got to make the play. You can't worry about the set. And I got to say, that was a pretty good set there.
Great set, just a miss hit. Coming into the game for the Bruins, number 5, Sunny Toth. We've seen her work from behind the line. She puts it up in the air, gets it over. Dug out by the libero. Up in the air, up and away. What a hit by Petra.
What angle. I mean, that was really incredible.
An amazing hit by Petra there. Set up beautifully.
I mean, those are those crosses you're looking for once you get it to your corner, right? You get somebody tall there, and you just got to slam it down.
Up in the air, Bush putting it up. Goes over the net, but the Bruins are unable to get it back over as that one kind of was cradled by the net. And, you know, it's a difficult part of the game. You know, it's hard to play close to the net because sometimes the ball is very unpredictable, especially if it rolls off. You don't want to get that net violation by stepping over or touching it.
Absolutely. That's where those fast twitch muscles, those reflexes come in for you.
What a great dig by Bush as she gets low to the ground, able to save that one for the Seminoles. Up in the air by Isabel. Back over by Diaz. Up in the air. Isabel sets it for the back line. Ooh, and the Seminoles. Holmbeck tries to change up the pace there, and it goes off.
And the idea was right. You know, they were all playing back. They were ready for this long rally, and if you can just get it down, that's a fantastic shot to hit. Sadly, wasn't executed quite there, but I'm sure she'll get it next time.
Isabel with the roaring of the crowd behind her. Seminoles, acrobatic team out there, able to save that one. Not that one, as the Bruins erupt.
And that's a fantastic play from from Bayshore there.
And you can hear the energy of this crowd now.
Absolutely. They're getting into it.
And there's a replay set up in the air by Laura, and boom, there it is. And look at the girls again, the sportsmanship. That's what's able to get your team going. Up in the air by Bush. Hit back over by Holmbeck.
And that's a fantastic trick right there. Holmbeck has been setting up the entire night, but just to pop it over, that thing that she tried to do earlier, and you know, catch them off guard. Again, it's all about timing disruptors.
100%. It's about switching it up, being unpredictable. Up in the air for the Bruins, and they try to save it. What great attempt by Sunny Toth in the back line, trying to dig that one out for the team.
And you got to respect the Bruins players here. They're just sticking with it.
Jada Dean behind the line, her first time. And Sunny Toth really all over the floor here, trying to help her team in any way possible, showing great athleticism.
And I got to say, if I put on those pads, I'd be sore after 2 plays. I could not handle that.
And you see this crowd, all support for the Seminoles. Up in the air. Sunny puts it up. Holmbeck puts it on the back line. Dean hits it over. It doesn't make it. And the Bruins stand neck and neck here, 9-10. One of the smaller gaps we've seen.
And you're really seeing what looks like a new Bayshore team. They're refocused, they're re-energized, and they're playing much better volleyball.
Up in the air, boom, what a hit.
The vertical on that was actually very impressive. I mean, she got up there.
And here's a replay, served up in the air. Soft serve like ice cream and slammed down like Shaq. What a mean hit from the Seminoles. Trying to make a statement with that one, saying that there's still a lot of bite left in the bark.
You've been practicing those sayings, I know it.
In the mirror, when no one else is around. Seminoles putting together a little rally here, 2 back-to-back points.
The ball's going to go to Holmbeck.
Holmbeck, who's had success as a setter and some success as a server as she continues. Dug out of the ground by Cameron. Up in the air, slow rolled. Holmbeck sets. Oh, what a great block by Martinez at the line. They're going to get it back over the Bruins. Dug out by the libero by the Seminoles.
And a little miscommunication there about whether it was going to be Layla or Tyra that takes that ball.
Yeah, a little bit of a who's who for the setter, kind of putting it in an awkward position. But what a great block by Martinez
and that's what
at the line, throwing off the timing of the Seminoles.
And that's what that block allows, is bring a little chaos into the game, because it seems like Southeast thrives on these design plays, but Bayshore really seems to get it in the chaos.
You're 100% correct, and Flores hits that one out of bounds. So the Seminoles are going to regain possession. Again, the Seminoles in the lead here by 3, but Bayshore is right behind them as they're going to sub in a fresh face. Number 5, Petra, and she's going to take her spot by the net. Behind the line to serve, Tyra Griggs, who's been a frequent flyer back there, as she takes to the sky, hits it over. And a little bit too much on that one. And it's going to sail behind the back line. Another point for the Bruins. Perkins, number 11, stepping behind the line again, someone we've seen a lot. Also, Seminoles subbing in number 7, Berlinda. Bernacchi Centeno. As this crowd is erupting. What a great serve. And what a great dig by the libero, Diaz. Again, the Bruins doing everything they can there.
And you see the crowd getting into it. And, I mean, that's all you can hope for, right, in a high school game. Everybody loves the crowd.
And a timeout there by the Bruins, as we are going to have a special student spotlight. So I'm going to give my headset over to Mr. King here, and he's going to get into it with Will.
Now, King, you're a new SCTV member, new to our television program. I got to ask, what are you thinking of your first production? How's it been?
I actually loved it. It's actually very good.
That's great to hear. That's great to hear. And so far, what's been the most surprising thing about this for you?
Actually, what I think is the most surprising thing is how they keep up with the score. Because most teams can't do that, and it's like very hard.
Absolutely. I mean, Southeast has been putting together quite a show so far. Let's see if they can keep it up as Diaz comes to serve. That's another beautiful one. And just a slight miscommunication there cost them again, as they don't know whether it's going to be Libertad or Cameron to take that. So, being a new member of SCTV, what's the first thing that you noticed when you came to this production?
I noticed that I know a lot of things about cameras that I didn't think that I knew.
That's great. So you would say that the barrier to entry for this is lower than you would have expected.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And of the volleyball, I mean, what's stood out to you, right? Has it been the serves? Has it been these great sets?
It's actually been the serves. They're very good at the serves, and it's like, wow.
Absolutely. I mean, folks, frankly, I've lost count of all the aces. As, oh, my water bottle takes a spill over there in the corner.
Crazy.
So, King, so far, what was your favorite part? Has it been this commentary that you're being able to do? Has it been seeing the beautiful MSTV truck out there? What's been the most interesting part?
My favorite part was, like, being at the game in general.
The atmosphere of it all?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And, you know, we're very lucky at SCTV to have a massive, in terms of TV clubs, massive program that we're able to keep on building. And King, I can hope you can keep being a part of that.
As a new student myself, I feel like I thought it was going to be hard coming here, but it's not really that hard. And I feel like the volleyball team, our volleyball team, I feel like they're doing their best, but if they're not doing their best and this is not their best, I feel like that would be very surprising because as you see, they're doing great out there.
Absolutely. I mean, if they can improve on this, they're real competitors. They might be unstoppable.
Literally.
As that ball is going to get handed to Annabelle Kemper. Again, another fantastic server. Let's see what she can do here. It's going to be another ace. Seems like Southeast has just kept doing that. What do you think keeps a team locked in like that?
When they express to each other, basically, when they talk to each other about the game to make sure that they know what's going on.
And you see the little huddle going on there. Yeah. And it's things like that keep you locked in and keep you focused on this game.
And my other favorite parts was when you think that the ball's going to hit the ground and one of the girls just go down and hit the ball.
Yeah, we've seen some real acrobatics here on both sides, honestly, just digging it right out of the floor. So as far as the TV club, what part interests you the most? Is it doing commentary here? Is it running one of the cameras? What part do you think you can see yourself doing in the future?
Because I feel like commentary is my favorite because, like, I like to talk and I talk a lot. So, like, it fits me. And I tried the camera over there, and that's a lot of work.
Listen, this is going to be an unpopular opinion, but I got to agree with you. All right? I'm not a cameraman myself. It takes a certain person to do it.
We can close out.
All right, and that's going to be Kemper going back again. The score now 12-23. And they're just looking to finish out this game. Exactly a big gap. And
24 it is.
Ace after ace. Been the story of this whole game. And, I mean, you see frustration from the Bruins, and it's understandable, but
they're still conversating with each other. So
and they're still talking. They're still communicating. And that's,
yeah, even if they're frustrated, they're still conversating with each other.
Absolutely. And if a team can keep doing that, they'll have success. And that's going to be it.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming, and hope you continue to stay with us.
How do I mute it?
I don't. Yeah.
And alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank King for being here for our spotlight because this is who we do it for. You know, we don't do it for us. We do it for the community. We do it for the students. We do it so that everyone a part of this team. We like to thank the SCTV team. We like to thank the MSTV team. We like to thank King. We like to look at the camera here so all our grandmas can see our smiling faces. Ladies and gentlemen, we like to thank y'all for joining us for this amazing Game of the Week presentation. The Bayshore Bruins versus the Southeast Seminoles as they take this one handily a 3-0 on sets. I'd like to thank Will.
And I'd like to thank you.
And I'd like to thank King. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you see us again soon. And if you want to see this again, don't worry. Just type in Manatee Schools Television on YouTube. But until next time, we are out.